Hey everyone, we're back here for our Recap Wednesday. We've got a few things going on here, but not too much. I'm talking the last quest, which came out yesterday. I'm talking about the Live Die Live mode and the ending of this event. And I'm going to throw in some crossplay rumors at the end for you. It's been a pretty simple week this week. The last September soiree mode, and it is a fun one, but it does have some pretty big issues. I can honestly say I'll be relieved when the September soiree ends. After every match when I try to ready up, I get the new mode notification, and that by itself is exhausting. But also, I'm just ready for the next event. It's spooky season, so let's go, and fingers crossed for World's Edge After Dark. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the mode itself. It's a great concept, you know? You get knocked, you come back in the next ring if one member of your team is still alive. So, love the concept, but it needs some tweaks. The first ring takes way too long to close, and people who get knocked in the first 30 seconds, which is still a ton because people like landing hot, are more likely to disconnect because no one wants to wait 5 minutes to respawn. That circle takes 4 minutes, a little over 4 minutes once it finally starts going, and that is a hassle if you get knocked right away. I don't mind it personally. Allows me to go grab a drink from the fridge, but no one wants to do that when they can queue up and get another round going. The first round needs to be shorter, or at least start the circle faster. The other thing is when you drop late game, you should be dropped with some shields and at least a Mozambique or P2020 or something. If you make it to round 4, and if you land and you're not going to do anything but die again, you need to land with some kind of protection, is what I'm getting at here. If these two things are implemented for the inevitable next time this mode comes out, I think we're going to have a lot more success with it. Until then, I'm just going to keep playing trios or ranked. And a little plug for ranked here. The split did happen, so time to grind that again. We're back on Kings Canyon, grab a buddy and work your way to the top. Trailer. I don't think we're going to be getting a lore event like Bloodhound and Wraith, which is a bummer because we have been getting one every other season, and this kind of breaks that streak. As a recap though, Ash breaks up with Pathfinder to go saunter about town with Blisk, Mirage packs up Rampart out of his bar, and it looks like we're going back on the rocket. Really. That's it. Really all that happened. As with any good coaching opportunities, I'm going to start with the things I liked about the comic this season. It was well done, the coloring, the drawing, the writing. It was good. It told a good story. It was enjoyable. Path being sad at the end actually made me sad to see him that way. I liked looking at the comic each week. The writing was cohesive and it told the story it wanted to tell well. The things I didn't like are a few things. I wish the focus was more on Ash and Blisk. There's a big story to tell there, and maybe we're just not at it yet. They're gonna tell it later. But it seems like those were kind of big reveals, especially with Ash at the end last season. So it seems like almost a little bit like a filler chapter. We also got so much less lore than season 6. Doing comics is a lot different than writing dialogue pieces, but there just felt like so many times there's just one panel on a page, and sometimes that one panel didn't have the dialogue. I guess it was more of a show don't tell, but I really missed the tell part of the storytelling. I also think this is just personal, but I didn't feel as captivated this time around to make sure I got all my weekly packs to keep up with it every Tuesday. It didn't seem as pressing as Broken Ghost, and I think coming off a masterpiece in my opinion like Broken Ghost was, that was a little hard. And the biggest thing I think that this had going against it was that it followed Broken Ghost. We had such an incredible piece of storytelling there, and we had all these expectations then going into this, and it just never lived up to those. Like I said, I think for what it did really well, and I can't wait for the Pathfinder comic coming from Dark Horse later this year. Might have gotten delayed. Maybe it's next year. I can't remember, but this did get me hyped for that, and I will say that. Quick crossplay rumor, and then we're going to call it a week. People are saying next week, October 6th, crossplay is dropping, and I would be shocked if they did that without saying anything at this point. Absolutely shocked. I'm still expecting a November release date with the new season in consoles, but some people are saying it's going to be sooner. the arguments for the October 6th, or that releasing a new season, optimizing for new consoles, and crossplay are all too much at once, which I definitely get. We know how seasons go right when they're released. They're a little buggy, servers are not great, and everything lags a ton. So why would you put all these big things at once? That's a valid point. Do crossplay first and then new consoles, but crossplay feels so weird coming out more than halfway through a season, and it feels weirder for them to have not said anything at this point. So that's why I'm still banking on November, when the season ends. And also, people just keep saying it's going to be this upcoming week, it's going to be this upcoming time. Yeah, you say that enough, and it doesn't feel like that's going to be the case. Well, we'll find out more next week when Tuesday happens. Have a great week, guys, and I'll catch you on Friday even.